The View is off the air, finally.
As we come to the end of Black History Month, we want to take another look at everyone that we've honored.
It was an ordinary, uneventful day in the world of celebrity news, until a bombshell of epic proportions sent shockwaves through Hollywood and beyond. In a move no one saw coming, the FBI launched a high-profile raid on the estate of none other than Whoopi Goldberg. Yes, you read that right. Whoopi Goldberg, the Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony-winning actress and cultural icon, suddenly found herself at the center of one of the most shocking and mysterious developments of the year. But what exactly did they uncover? And how does it connect to the tangled web of secrets surrounding Jeffrey Epstein's notorious legacy? Buckle up, because this story is about to take a wild turn.
People online are split about this.
Picture this. A convoy of black SUVs and unmarked vehicles rolled up to Whoopi Goldberg's sprawling estate under the cover of early morning light. Residents in the area watched in stunned silence as law enforcement agents swarmed the property, moving with precision and purpose. Witnesses described the scene as something straight out of a high-stakes crime thriller. Agents in dark suits, some carrying evidence cases, others equipped with cutting-edge forensic tools, methodically making their way through the gates of the luxurious mansion. The operation was swift but thorough, leaving no stone unturned. The FBI's sudden interest in Goldberg's estate immediately raised eyebrows. After all, she's a woman who has spent decades in the limelight, an award-winning actress, a cultural icon, and a long-standing co-host of The View. But the real intrigue began when whispers emerged about what the agents were after, and more importantly, what they found. According to sources close to the investigation, the agents seized a staggering collection of items, each more perplexing than the last. Among the haul were boxes of documents, electronic devices, and what one insider cryptically described as extremely sensitive material that had the potential to unearth long-buried secrets. And if the rumors are to be believed, this discovery could change everything.
Jeffrey Epstein, multimillionaire, hedge fund manager, businessman with famous, powerful friends, and also convicted offender.
Almost immediately, whispers began to circulate that the raid was somehow tied to the still unfolding saga of Jeffrey Epstein. The disgraced financier's name has haunted headlines for years, and his infamous client list remains a source of endless speculation. Could it be that evidence uncovered at Goldberg's estate links her to Epstein's shadowy network? The mere suggestion sent social media into a frenzy, with theories ranging from the plausible to the downright outlandish. Some speculated that Goldberg may have inadvertently come into possession of sensitive information about Epstein through her Hollywood connections, while others wondered if she had been caught in the crosshairs of a much larger investigation targeting influential figures in entertainment and politics. But the biggest question remained: what exactly did the FBI find? While officials have remained tight-lipped about the specifics, leaks from individuals close to the investigation have painted a picture as intriguing as it is unsettling. Allegedly, agents seized a collection of handwritten notes and correspondence that could shed light on Epstein's ties to powerful figures across various industries. Even more startling were reports of encrypted files found on electronic devices seized from Goldberg's home. Experts believe these files could contain explosive revelations, but decrypting them will take time. Until then, their contents remain a tantalizing mystery.
Mentioned around 150 people, including politicians, celebrities, friends, business associates, and alleged.
Adding fuel to the fire, a source claimed that agents also retrieved several personal items that seemed oddly out of place. Objects described as asterisk curiosities asterisk that some believe may hold symbolic or even coded meanings. Exactly what these items were remains unclear, but their presence has only deepened the mystery surrounding the raid. Was Goldberg knowingly harboring such material, Or was she an unwitting participant in a much larger, more complex narrative? As the story continued to unfold, all eyes naturally turned to Whoopi Goldberg herself. How did she react to this sudden and very public intrusion into her private life? According to reports, Goldberg was at home when the raid took place and appeared visibly stunned as events unfolded. While she has yet to make a public statement directly addressing the situation, insiders suggest she has been consulting with her legal team to determine the best course of action. Her silence, of course, has only fueled further speculation. Some interpret it as a sign of guilt, while others see it as evidence of shock and disbelief. For now, the world can only wait and wonder what happens next.
I want to get into this Epstein thing a little bit. I think the American people are very curious about who's on this list, or these lists. You have been doggedly trying to get all the information, and now we learn, thanks to you, that you've been stonewalled by people in New York.
One thing is certain, the raid has cast a long shadow over Whoopi Goldberg's legacy. Known for her no-nonsense attitude and fearless approach to tough topics, she now finds herself at the center of a story that has gripped the public's imagination. Unsurprisingly, her critics have seized the opportunity to question her integrity, while her supporters have rallied to her defense, urging people not to jump to conclusions. The divide in public opinion has been stark. Some are calling for patience and a fair investigation, while others are demanding immediate answers. Meanwhile, the media has been in a frenzy. Major news outlets have dedicated wall-to-wall coverage to the unfolding drama, each vying for exclusive details and expert analysis. Tabloids, on the other hand, have taken a more sensationalist approach, with headlines like "What was Whoopi hiding?" and Hollywood's darkest secret revealed flashed across their front pages. Social media has become a battleground of speculation as users dissect every new piece of information and spin their own theories about what it all means.
Yes, Mark. So as you know, we released about 120 pages of documents, and I started asking for these documents right when I came into office and before Kash Patel was in there.
But it's not just the media and the public reacting. This story has sent shockwaves through Hollywood as well. Goldberg's colleagues and peers have remained uncharacteristically quiet, likely wary of being drawn into the fallout. However, a few notable figures have spoken out. Some have voiced their support, calling her a trailblazer and a woman of integrity, while others have taken a more cautious stance, emphasizing the importance of due process. The entertainment industry, already shaken by a series of high-profile scandals in recent years, is bracing itself for whatever revelations may come next. And then there's the bigger question. What does this mean for the broader Epstein investigation? Could the material seized from Goldberg's estate provide the missing puzzle pieces investigators have been searching for? If so, the implications could be staggering. The Epstein saga has long been shrouded in mystery, with countless unanswered questions about the extent of his network and the powerful figures involved. The discovery of new evidence, especially linked to someone as high-profile as Goldberg, could have far-reaching consequences, potentially exposing more names and details than anyone ever expected.
I ended up getting about 120 pages. We carefully redacted them, of course, to be sure the 254 young girls, women who are victims of crimes of trafficking, their personal information was redacted and out of there to protect them.
As the dust settles, one thing is certain. This story is far from over. The FBI raid on Whoopi Goldberg's estate has opened a Pandora's box of questions, each more compelling than the last. What was really found during the search? How does it connect to Jeffrey Epstein's web of secrets? And perhaps most importantly, what does this mean for Goldberg's future, and for those whose names may yet come to light? With so many unanswered questions, the world can only watch and wait as this high-stakes drama continues to unfold. But now, the story has taken an even darker and more mysterious turn. Rumors are swirling that the evidence seized during the raid could implicate not just Goldberg, but other high-profile individuals as well. Could this be just the tip of the iceberg? Is the raid on Goldberg's estate the first domino to fall in a much larger investigation? The possibilities are endless, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Stay tuned, because this story is only getting started.
I kept saying, there has to be more, there has to be more. I'm assured that's it. Cash, ask the same questions. Assured there's no more. I found out, this week that a source told me New York, SDNY, they're sitting on thousands of pages of documents regarding Epstein. Thousands.
And just like that, the
raid on Whoopi Goldberg's estate became the epicenter of a storm no one saw coming. The world was left holding its breath, waiting for the next shocking revelation. But if you thought the initial findings were enough to close the chapter, think again. This was just the beginning of an unraveling narrative, one that would send ripples far beyond the gates of Goldberg's opulent mansion. The implications were bigger than anyone could have anticipated, with far-reaching consequences for her career, her legacy, and potentially even other high-profile figures in her orbit. First, let's talk about the potential fallout for Whoopi herself. The timing of this scandal couldn't be worse. Over the years, she has built a reputation as a bold, unfiltered voice in Hollywood and daytime television. But now, with the raid casting a dark cloud over her name, her entire career hangs in the balance. Can she continue to hold her seat at The View the show where she has spent years dissecting everything from politics to pop culture, while under this level of scrutiny? Some insiders are already whispering that ABC executives might be reconsidering her position. After all, The View thrives on its panelists' ability to speak freely and hold others accountable. But how credible can Goldberg be in that role when she herself is now at the center of controversy?
Something that I feel a responsibility for not leaving unexamined because my words upset so.
There's already chatter that advertisers and sponsors of The View are watching the situation closely. Some brands are reportedly uneasy about being associated with Goldberg's name, given the cloud of suspicion now hanging over her. While no official moves have been made yet, history has shown that these kinds of rumblings often lead to bigger decisions down the line. And let's not forget, Whoopi's influence extends far beyond television. She's a household name in film, with iconic roles in The Color Purple and Sister Act . Could this controversy put her Hollywood career at risk? It's a question on everyone's mind. But here's where things get even more complicated. Whoopi isn't just a celebrity, she's also an outspoken activist. She has never shied away from championing causes she believes in, from social justice to environmental issues. Yet the optics of this situation could severely undermine her credibility in those spaces. How does one advocate for truth and accountability while being entangled in an investigation of this magnitude? It's a tricky line to walk, and so far, Goldberg's silence isn't doing her any favors. Her fans are waiting, hoping for her to speak out, to provide some kind of explanation, or at least acknowledge the gravity of the situation. But until that happens, speculation will only continue to grow louder.
She has to rest her ginormous mouth and bad attitude.
Now let's pivot to the bigger picture because this story isn't just about Whoopi Goldberg. The raid has...
Now let's step back and look at the bigger picture, because this story isn't just about Whoopi Goldberg. The raid has cracked open the door to a much larger conversation about who else might be implicated. The Epstein saga has always been cloaked in mystery, with countless unanswered questions about the full extent of his network and the powerful individuals connected to it. For years, there have been whispers about a so-called asterisk client list, a roster of influential figures who may have had ties to Epstein in one way or another. Could the evidence seized from Goldberg's estate finally provide some long-awaited clarity? Some insiders believe the materials found during the raid could serve as a critical link in the ongoing investigation. There are even rumors that the FBI is now widening its probe to include other figures in Hollywood and beyond. If that's true, Goldberg's estate may be just the first domino to fall. The potential ripple effect is staggering. This could be the opening of Pandora's box, one that doesn't just expose individuals, but entire systems of complicity and cover-ups. And let's be honest, Hollywood is no stranger to scandals that reveal the darker side of its glamorous facade. What makes this situation even more intriguing is the possibility that the evidence doesn't just implicate people, but organizations as well. Epstein's connections weren't limited to celebrities. His web extended into finance, politics, and even philanthropy. If the materials seized from Goldberg's estate contain concrete links to these sectors, it could trigger a chain reaction of investigations and long overdue accountability. This isn't just a Hollywood story, it's a global one.
I don't think anything's gonna come up back because all these people are all connected. Judges,
That's the Diddy
politicians.
thing.
Meanwhile, the media frenzy surrounding the raid has reached a fever pitch. News outlets are dedicating round-the-clock coverage to the story, dissecting every new detail and bringing in so-called experts to provide analysis. But as with any high-profile scandal, the line between fact and speculation is becoming increasingly blurred. Some reports suggest that the evidence includes encrypted emails and private correspondence that could reveal shocking new details about Epstein's dealings. Others have floated the theory that Goldberg may have unknowingly come into possession of sensitive materials passed down to her by a third party. At this point, it's anyone's guess. But the lack of concrete answers hasn't stopped the rumor mill from spinning at full speed.
He was forced. He didn't just bounce. He was forced to retire because they accused him, Pam Bondi, and all them, because he's hiding thousands of Why would this guy, an FBI agent, because mind you, Kash Patel's in, I think there's a misconception, Jillian, that people think that all the people that are in all of a sudden switched and now they're pro-Trump and they're pro this agenda.
Intro 12. Social media, of course, has become a hot of discussion. Hashtags related to Whoopi Goldberg and Epstein have been trending nonstop, with users from all walks of life weighing in on the drama. Some have taken a sympathetic stance, arguing that Goldberg is being unfairly targeted and suggesting that the raid could be a case of mistaken identity or law enforcement overreach. Others, however, have been far less forgiving, calling for her immediate removal from Asterisk, The View Asterisk, and demanding answers about her potential involvement. The debate has become so intense that it has even sparked broader conversations about cancel culture and the fine line between accountability and public shaming. Then there's the question of how this will impact Goldberg's relationships within the entertainment industry. Hollywood is a small world, and reputations can rise or fall overnight. Will her peers stand by her, or will they distance themselves to protect their own careers? So far, responses have been mixed. Some of Goldberg's longtime friends and collaborators have publicly defended her, describing her as a person of integrity who would never knowingly involve herself in anything unethical. Others, however, have remained conspicuously silent, fueling speculation that they may be trying to avoid being dragged into the controversy themselves.
That means those same people are still in charge and they're still protecting each other. And James Comey's daughter, guys, you guys all remember who James Comey is, the Trump-hating, Hillary Clinton covering-up guy. His daughter is the assistant U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York, where all these documents are. So as much as these people are promising us, I still, Vincent Oshana, don't think.
One particularly interesting angle is the role of Goldberg's co-hosts on Asterisk, The View Asterisk. The show thrives on its panelists' ability to tackle controversial topics. But how will they handle this situation when it hits so close to home? Will they address the raid on air, or will they avoid the topic altogether? Either way, their response, or lack thereof, will speak volumes about the dynamics within the group and the broader implications for the show's future. As for the legal implications, those remain murky at best. The FBI has yet to release an official statement about the nature of the evidence or what it could mean for Goldberg and others who may be implicated. However, legal experts note that the very act of conducting a raid of this scale suggests law enforcement believes the evidence is significant. If charges are eventually brought against Goldberg or anyone connected to the materials, it could set off a legal battle that captivates the nation for months, if not years.
There's a number of things that could be redacted. The first thing that you're going to be thinking about is confidential information as to survivors' names, addresses, and other identifiers. Redactions can be as specific as that, or they can be generalized. And you're usually either working under some type of confidentiality agreement, some type of statute, some type of code.
And let's not forget the unresolved questions that continue to loom. What exactly was the FBI searching for when they raided Goldberg's estate? How did the seized materials end up in her possession in the first place? And perhaps most importantly, what does this mean for the broader Epstein investigation? The answers to these questions could reshape our understanding of one of the most infamous scandals of our time. As the dust settles on this bombshell revelation, the world is left with more speculation than certainty. Can Whoopi Goldberg's legacy withstand this storm? How far does this web of secrets extend, and who else might be implicated? One thing is certain, this story is far from over. Stay tuned as more details emerge, and let the conversation continue.